Breaking news today. From Navalny to Khodorkovsky, Russia's opposition faces depressing limits. The prominent Putin critic Alexei Navalny's show trial has been going on for some time now. Russia's opposition remains fractured even in the face of totalitarianism. After the invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022, it has become nearly impossible to be an opponent of Vladimir Putin. That's true even if you're behind bars like Alexei Navalny. Two separate sentences of 12 years in prison have been handed down to Navalny since he voluntarily returned to Russia in 2020 following the attempted Novichok poisoning. Now he's facing a mockery of justice all over again, another 30 years behind bars. As long as Vladimir Putin is in the Kremlin, he will remain imprisoned for sure. The fact that his trial, which began on Monday in the IK6 penal colony at Melikovo, 200 kilometers from Moscow, is being held in secret makes a mockery of the justice system. The allegation of extremism against him does not warrant such secrecy. The actual facts of the case are irrelevant, however, what matters is keeping him locked up for as long as possible, despite the concerns of his loved ones. He's losing weight and in a lot of pain from his stomach, but he still has his sarcasm and sharp wit. Even before the war broke out, Putin's opponents had very little wiggle room. After the invasion of Ukraine, restrictions on NGOs, repression of any desire to demonstrate, and control of the media all became draconian. From behind bars, Alexei Navalny is not keeping quiet. Many of his supporters are currently living in exile, but he has communicated with them. He suggests they build a truth machine to alter how the Russian people think about the war. The method was even put to the humorous test by Navalny, who claims his guards began to doubt the official version after he used it on them. Although many people believe Navalny is sincere, his appeal may not have the desired effect. The cost is too high in Russia, and not everyone has the intestinal fortitude of the Melikovo prisoner or of Vladimir Kara-Murza, another opponent who was sentenced in April to 25 years in a labor camp for his activism. Exile is the only option left for the rebels. But it's fragmented, so it's struggling to put up a unified front against a determined, totalitarian regime. Early in June, about 300 members of the Russian opposition in exile gathered in Brussels at the initiative of European MEPs. The majority of Navalny's close friends bowed out. Also present was Mikhail Khodorkovsky, a former oligarch who spent years in prison but is now living in exile. The action they took was particularly challenging, so internal disagreements were to be expected. Even among their most fervent opponents, many Ukrainians have doubts about their ability to overcome Russia's imperial mentality. The war in Ukraine has only highlighted how unpredictable the situation at the top of Russia is, but there will be a post-Putin era eventually. Even if it means doing time, an opposition's job is to get ready for it.